In this video, I'm going to show you a de-stress technique, which is really useful to just check in and see how you're doing with the body, as a little bit of mindfulness to help ground you and work out where you are, what your body's up to. So we're going to come show you how to complete a body scan. So for this exercise, you want to be laying on your back, making yourself nice and comfortable. If it's more comfortable to have your knees bent, you can have the knees bent, or if you're possible, you want the legs out straight in front of you. Resting those arms down by your sides, closing those eyes. You'll take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, you're going to start wiggling those toes, checking in, noticing how those are feeling, comparing left and right, checking with the sole of the feet, noticing how that's feeling across the soles of the feet. Coming towards the ankles, you might want to have a little rotate of the ankles, noticing how that's feeling, maybe bend and flexing the foot. Again, taking your breath in. As you're breathing out, you're traveling up the leg towards the knees, maybe having a little bend and straighten of the knees, maybe a little leg rotate side to side. Just checking in, noticing how it's feeling in that lower leg, if there's any tension or soreness around the knee, if there's any differences between the left and right. And then using that breath in and breath out, we're traveling up the body, coming towards that hip area, having a little bend and straighten of the leg once more, maybe a bringing the knees into the chest, letting the legs drop wide. Just checking, seeing how that's feeling around those hip flexors, around your pelvis area, around that SI joint on the back. How those glutes feeling. Maybe you need to shimmy to let the glutes lay more comfortably on the ground. Now you're starting to relax. Checking in between the left and right hamstring and quads. Don't forget those adductors on the inner thigh, we often forget. Just checking in and seeing if there's anything that is talking to you, that you're maybe feeling heavier, stiffer, tighter. Maybe there's discomfort there, or maybe things are feeling quite relaxed, and just noticing how the two sides feel that you wouldn't necessarily pay attention to if you weren't taking this time to check in. Taking your breath in, as you're breathing up, you're drawing your attention up the body, so coming in and checking in with that back, around the lower back, around the torso. So we're looking at the abs and across the rib area. Maybe taking a nice deep breath in, drawing that into the belly, and breathing out, noticing how it's feeling around that diaphragm. Are you able to take a free breath in and out? Or is there anywhere that you're feeling particularly restricted? Is there sort of discomfort? Are you feeling you're having to shift in order to feel relaxed? Maybe things are feeling tender. Or maybe it's all feeling nice and relaxed. Taking a breath in as you're breathing out, drawing that focus upwards now towards the shoulder blades, the top of the shoulders, having a little roll through the shoulders. Maybe you're lifting up and shrugging, or dropping them down and pressing them into the floor. Just noticing how this area feels. Is there any tension? Are you holding yourself in a particular way that you weren't aware of? Coming down the arm, checking into the elbow, so having a bend and straighten of the arm, maybe a little side to side. Just noticing how those biceps and triceps are feeling. Are you able to sit with those arms relaxed on the floor? Is there any pulling sensations that you're aware of? Is there any heaviness in here? Taking that breath in as you're breathing out, drawing your focus down that lower arm towards the wrists, having a little rotate through the wrists, noticing how the forearms are feeling. Are you able to sit comfortably with these on the floor, or are you preferring to rotate them in a particular direction? Breathing in, breathing out, drawing that focus to the hands, having a wiggle of the hands and the fingers, noticing how it's feeling across the palm of the hand, into the thumb and each finger, particularly around that sort of thumb and index area. It tends to be quite an area of high use. So is there any tension or anything that you're noticing here that you weren't aware of until you drew that focus? Compare left and right. Is there a difference between the two sides? Just making those mental notes. Taking your breath in, breathing out. We're drawing our focus to the neck, having a little move of the head side to side. Maybe you nod yes or shake no. Just noticing if there's anything you're aware of here. You're holding the head in a particular position. Taking that breath in and breath out. We're drawing our focus from the neck up over the head. So coming through round the scalp to that forehead. Noticing how you're feeling here. Are you finding that you're frowning, trying to concentrate on what I'm saying? Or if there's any sort of sensations of tension at the base of that scalp. Taking the breath in and letting yourself relax. Drawing that focus to your facial features. So checking in around the eyes, the nose and the mouth. And don't forget those ears. Just checking in. Noticing if there's any sensations you can feel here. So are you clenching the jaw? Where's the tongue sitting in your mouth? Are you able to let it rest comfortably at the top of the mouth? Resting on the roof there. Are you finding that you're feeling any tension around the ears? Or is there any sort of pressure around that nose, around those sinuses area? Again, having that comparison between the two sides. Just noticing how you're feeling. And taking the breath in and breath out, letting yourself relax, and just pay attention to any sensations that your body is wanting you to become aware of. One more breath in and breath out. You should find, if you've been following along with this scan of the body, that the sensations that you feel from when you started to when you are now have changed. And then when you are ready, gently easing yourself up to a seat. Slowly opening those eyes, adjusting to where you are back in the room, and hopefully you should be feeling a little bit calmer, a little bit more aware of different sensations that are going on in the body. And then if you have found anything that is particularly tight or needing attention, check out some of our other videos to help work and relieve any stress or tension or heaviness that you felt.